Good morning, students. I welcome back you all in today's class, in today's mathematics class, and we are discussing here class 12 syllabus of mathematics. We have already started chapter 1 relations and functions, and I have discussed relations and its types. I have also discussed the meaning of function in class 11 video. You can see the link here, and today I am starting with functions and its types. The detailed definition of function I have already discussed in class 11th video, and today I will be in this video I will be discussing in brief the definition of a function and in details the types of functions, that is one or injective function onto or surjective functions with examples. So let us start. So in brief, let us discuss the definition of a function. A function from a non-empty set A to a non-empty set B is a relation which maps every element of set A to a unique element of set B. It means that suppose if you represent sets A and B by these ovals, and there is a relation from a set A to a set B, and this relation is such that it maps every element of set A to a unique element of set B. It means every element of set A means that no element of set A should be left without being mapped to a unique element of set B. And unique means that one element can be mapped to only one element. One element of set A will have only, any element will have only unique image. No single element can have more than one image. And I have discussed in details with examples the concept of function, that when a relation is called function and how the concept of function got developed from the concept of a Cartesian product and relation. This has all been discussed in details in class 11th, relations and functions, and you will get the link in the description box. So now I start with class 12th actual syllabus, that is the types of functions. First we are studying one or injective function. Let us write its definition. Now let us first try to understand the definition. Before the definition, let us try to understand the meaning of one function. Consider a function f from a non-empty set x to a non-empty set y. Let these ovals represent the sets x and y, and let f be the function. So now a function will be 1 if distinct or different elements of x will have distinct or different images in y. Means if these two elements are different, their images here should also be different. Suppose the image of this element is this element and the image of this element is also this element. So two elements are distinct here, but their image is same. Then such a function is not one function. Suppose what is happening is that this has got a distinct image, this has got a distinct image, this has also got a distinct image, but these two have got the same image. Means some elements have distinct images, some different elements have different images, but two different elements here have same image. So this kind of function is also not one function. Let us try to clarify in a better way. Now consider another example. This element gets mapped to this element also got mapped to this element. So you can see how they are getting mapped to different elements. So you can see these three elements were distinct, were different in the domain set, but their image was same. Similarly, these three elements, this and this, they were also different in the domain set, but their image was also same. So this should not happen for a function to be a one function. A function will be one if the different elements will have different images. Different elements of domain set will have different images in codomain set. So, let us write the definition now. A function f from a non-empty set x to a non-empty set y, this will be called 1 1 or injective if and only if distinct elements of x have distinct images in y. Let us write the same thing in other words. If suppose x1 and x2 are two non-equal elements of the domain sets, then their images should also be not equal. If x1 is not equal to x2, where x1 and x2 belong to x means this domain set, then their images fx1. Do you know where fx1 belongs to? fx1 is the image of x1, so fx1 belongs to y. Also fx2 is the image of x2, it also belongs to y. So if x1 and x2 are different, their images are also different. This is one way of saying. The other way of describing the same thing is, if by chance the images of two elements x1 and x2 were same, then the elements x1 and x2 were also same. If images were same, elements were also same. If elements are different, images are also different. If this happens, then the function is called injective or 1 1. In case if you don't remember, I just recall it. If x is any element in the domain set and y is any element in the codomain set and f is a function from x to y, this is the notation we use to write f is a function from x to y, then f acts on the element of domain set. This means f acted upon the element of domain set and it gives you the element of codomain set. So so the element of codomain set y can be written as fx. So fx or y, they belong to y. Now consider one example to understand 1 1 function. Consider a function f from the set of integers to the set of integers. Z denotes the set of integers and the function is fx equal to x square. What this function is doing is, it is acting upon any integer and squaring it. Let us give some examples. f1 will be 1 square, f0 will be 0 square, f minus 1 will be minus 1 whole square, that is also equal to 1. 1 square is also equal to 1. So you are understanding what type of function it is. We can also see f of minus 3 is going to be minus 3 square, that is plus 9, and f of 3 will be 3 square, that is also going to be plus 9. So what have you seen? You have observed here that suppose both the ovals, these denote the set of integers and the element minus 1 is being mapped to the element plus 1, but the element plus 1 is also being mapped to the same element plus 1, as we have seen here that f of minus 1 was plus 1 and f of plus 1 was also plus 1. So we can see that two different numbers, and we know that minus 1 is not equal to plus 1. So two elements are not equal in the domain set, but their images, the image of minus 1 is f minus 1, the image of plus 1 is f plus 1, and their images were equal because this is also 1 and this is also 1. Elements are distinct, these are two distinct elements, but their image is coming out to be same. So I think, please tell me, is this function a 1 1 function or not? As per the definition we have discussed right now, no, it is not the 1 1 function, because 1 1 function says that distinct elements should be mapped to distinct elements. Here the elements are distinct, but they are not mapped to the distinct element, they are mapped to the same element. So, there is a contradiction. Minus 1 is being mapped to 9 minus 3 is being mapped to 9 plus 3 is also being mapped to 9. So, we have again seen here the same concept. So, we can see that this particular function f(x) equal to x square, when the domain set and the codomain set both are integers, this is not 1 1, or this is not injective. This particular example that we discussed right now, it was question 2 part 2 from exercise 1.2 of NCERT. Let us do another example of 1 1 function to check whether the function is not is 1 1 or it is not 1 1. We are doing question number 4 of exercise 1.2, and the question is, f is a function from the set of real numbers to the set of real numbers, and function f is defined as f(x) is equal to modulus of x. So, we have to check this is 1 1 or not. So, let us try to apply this function randomly on a few real numbers. Say if you apply the function on 0, you get mod of 0. Applying the function means whatever you write here, on whichever number you apply the function, this x comes from this domain set, and whatever is the result, it is in the codomain set. So, you have to take some real numbers and you have to apply f on them. Now, next I can take any other real number. Say if I take minus 1 by 2, the result will be modulus of minus 1 by 2, and I get plus 1 by 2. If I apply it on plus 1 by 2, so I get modulus of plus 1 by 2, it is again plus 1 by 2, and I can check it for some other numbers. So, what have you observed? Is the function 1 1? If I apply it on say minus 5 or minus root 5, it will be modulus of minus root 5, and that becomes plus root 5. If I apply it on plus root 5, the result will be plus modulus of plus root 5, that is plus root 5. So, what have I observed? I have observed that minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2, these were two distinct real numbers, but their images, that is modulus of minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, their images came out to be same. Similarly, minus root 5 and root 5 were also two distinct real numbers whose images come out to be same. So, this implies that this particular function is also not 1 1, or it is also not injective. 1 1 function is also called an injective function. Let us now try to understand onto functions. To understand this onto function, let us first consider one example. Consider a function f from the set of natural numbers to the set of natural numbers given by f(x) is equal to 2x, and we have to check. Let us see what type of function it is, then we shall check whether it is 1 1 or onto or not. Although I haven't told you the definition of onto, but first I would like to discuss one example, then we shall go to the formal definition. So, what we are doing here is that f is being applied on a natural number and it gives you an even natural number. So, if I take the first natural number, which is 1, this function make it 2x. So, this function makes it 2 into 1, that is 2. If I take the second natural number 2, this function makes it 2 into 2. If I take the next natural number, this function makes it 2 into 3. So, now I think we have started understanding the pattern. So, what we are getting? We are getting here 2, 4, 6, 8. Although they are all natural numbers, but they are all even natural numbers. And we can see the domain of the function is the set of natural numbers. Codomain of the function is also the set of natural numbers. Let us draw a diagram to understand it more precisely. Suppose these two ovals, they represent the sets of natural numbers, and obviously the set of natural numbers contains all the natural numbers from and on infinite, starting from 1 going till infinity, and f is a function. So, f is a function from the set of natural numbers to the natural numbers. What f is doing is, f is applied on 1 and gives you 2. F is applied on 2 and gives you 4, applied on 3 and gives you 6, applied on 4 and gives you 8, applied on 5 and will give you 10, and so on. In this process, what is happening is that there are many, please observe it very carefully. You can observe that here in the domain set, every natural number is being taken care of. That is, this function can be applied on every natural number, because every natural number can be doubled up. So, this function can be applied on every natural number here, but the images what you are getting 2 as an image, you are getting 4 as an image. What about 1 and 3? You are getting 6 as an image, you are getting 8 as an image, you will be getting 10 as an image. What about 9? So, what about the numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9? Are they image of any natural number? 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Are they image of some number here? Is there any number here in this domain set which can be mapped to 1? Is 1 double of any natural number? If I write 1 is equal to 2x, can x be a natural number? Not at all. If I write 3 is equal to 2x, can x be a natural number? Not at all. So, what is happening here is that in the codomain set, some elements are images of some elements of the domain set, but there are some elements like the odd natural numbers which are not the image of any element here. So, such kind of functions where every element of codomain set is not the image of some element of domain set, these functions are not onto. First, if we understand what is not onto, it will be better for us to understand what is onto. So, if this is not onto, why this is not onto? Because its codomain sets, some elements are not the images of some elements of domain sets. So, what do you think when a function should be onto? A function should be onto when every element of the codomain set should be image of some element of domain set. No element should be left out when we do this proper mapping. No element of codomain set should be left out. Every element should have some pre-image. We call here, the terminology is that we call here that image of x is 2x, image of 1 is 2, and 1 is pre-image of 2. 2 is image of 1 under f, and 1 is pre-image of 2 under f. Similarly, 4 is image of 2 under f means this function f, and 2 is pre-image. So, the elements of domain sets are pre-images, these elements are pre-images and these elements are images. So, when every element of domain set codomain set becomes the image of some element of domain set, then we say that the function is onto. Now, let us write the formal definition of an onto function. Onto functions are also called surjective functions. So, you can see here that a function onto function or a surjective function The definition is that a function f from x to y, where x is the domain set, y is the codomain set, this is called onto or surjective if every element of y means codomain set, every element of codomain set is an image of some element of x, means domain set, under f. Every element of codomain set is an image of some element of domain set under f, as we discussed right now in the example. Or alternatively, if for every y in y, that means for every element y of the codomain set y, there exists one element x of the domain set x such that fx is y. It means that for every element of domain set there exists some pre-image. So every element of codomain set should appear as image of some element of domain set, or every element of codomain set has a pre-image. If this happens, then it is said that this function is surjective or onto. Let us consider question number 5 of exercise 1.2 NCERT, signum function. Function of this kind, where f is a function from the set of real numbers to the set of real numbers, and fx is 1 for all x greater than 0, means for all positive real numbers, function fx, it maps 0 to 0, and fx is negative 1 for all x less than 0. That means for all negative real numbers, the function becomes minus 1. So let us try to understand this function in a pictorial manner. If suppose this oval, this represents the set of real numbers, and both the ovals, they represent the set of real numbers. Real numbers, in real numbers we have 0, and then we have all negative numbers. Negative number include all negative fractions, integers, every number, rational, irrational. Then we have positive numbers. It also contains all rationals or irrationals and so on. Similarly, it has got 0, it has got negative reals, it has got positive reals. Among these negative reals and positive reals, we have somewhere minus 1 also, somewhere we have minus 1, somewhere we have plus 1, and we have 0. So what it is doing is, this function, all negative real numbers, no matter what it is being mapped to minus 1. That is, if you take minus 3, it is mapped to minus 1. If you take minus 3 by 2, it is also mapped to minus 1. If you take minus root 5, it is mapped to minus 1, and so on, and the list is endless. So all negative reals have been mapped to minus 1. Similarly, all positive reals have been mapped to plus 1. That is, f1 is mapped to plus 1, f2 is mapped to plus 1, f1 by 2 is mapped to plus 1, and again the list is endless or infinite. So, and one more thing, that f0 is mapped to 0. This is the structure of the function. Now you yourself observe it, students, and tell me that whether this function is onto or not. This function, in this function, if I observe in the codomain set, there are infinite negative real numbers, but out of those only one negative real number, minus 1, has got its pre-image. I mean, not one pre-image, many pre-images. So all other negative reals except minus 1 have no pre-image. Similarly, there are infinite positive reals which include positive rationals, positive irrationals, positive integers. Out of all those infinite numbers, there is only one number, which is positive 1, which has got many pre-images and rest all numbers have no pre-images. So I can see that infinite numbers of the codomain set have no pre-images, or infinite numbers of this set, they have no pre-image. Therefore, this function can never be onto. It is not onto. Are you satisfied with this thing? You can see from here now. I can tell you one more thing, that function is onto when range of the function is equal to codomain of the function. So if you want to write the range of this function, range of this function is only -1, 0, 1. Only these three numbers are there in the range. And what is the codomain? Codomain of this function is the whole set of real numbers. So one more way of checking it is that when range and codomain, they are not same, then also the function is not onto. Why they are not same? Because only these elements have pre-images. Range is a subset of codomain, and only these elements of codomain have pre-images which are in range, and rest no other element have pre-image, and therefore the function is not onto. Okay. Now let us check whether this function is 1 1 or not. The definition of 1 1 says that distinct elements should have distinct images. You can see here -3 and -3/2, -√5, they are all distinct, but they all have the same image. In fact, all negative real numbers have the same image. All positive real numbers have the same image, which is +1. So this function is not 1 1, neither 1 1 nor onto. So a function f from x to y is onto if range of the function f is equal to codomain of the function f. With this I end up this video, and in my next video I am going to do exercise 1.2, and you please see this video till the end, and if you liked it, please press the like button, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe this video.